Cyborg USA, Cyborg USA. They got the skills to pay the bills and help the president along the way. Cyborg USA, Cyborg USA. They got street smarts and lots of parts, and they made it robotic ways. They all died in a train crash, and their bodies were torn apart. Resurrected by Hunter Rick. Now they are a brand new start. Yeah, Cyborg USA. Cyborg USA. They got the skills to pay the bills. They do our will, designed to kill. And they made it good. USA, USA, USA.
Start churning butter and put on your church shoes, little sister, because we're about to blast off. It's time for the Splendopia Hour, live, the hottest panel show dedicated to the independent comic book scene out there on the interwebs today. Two great projects to discuss today. First up, Red Gaze is going to tell us all about Sunsworn, Edge of Annihilation. And then we'll speak with ALAZMAT, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. That's his project. Me, I'm Anton Belvedere, but your humble narrator. Let's send it over to the host of our show, the Batman to my Robin, the Yogi to my Bera, the Yin to my Yang. Where is he? Robert C. Cacy, bring him out.
Hey, what up, Anton Belvedere? Anton.
Good morning.
Anton, I gotta say something. I don't want to get too personal. We just kind of checked in. You look a little sweaty. You had a little rough night last night?
It's a little hot. It's hot out here.
Is it 100 degrees out there? Something like that?
Hot out here. Well, and I got the jacket on. It's, you don't give me AC in the Splendopia voiceover booth, so it gets a little.
Oh, yeah. We had to cut the budget for that. Sorry.
Yeah, it gets a little sweaty.
Maybe you should wear a tank top next time.
Maybe. I like the blazer. I like to keep it professional for you, Rob Cacy.
Well, I'm really excited about the guests that we have on today.
Me too.
The Red Gaze and ALAZMAT. Both of these guys are guys that helped me when I was promoting my book, Cyborg USA. They've both got books. Red Gaze's campaign just ended, but it's in demand, and ALAZMAT's campaign is coming up soon. So,
well, Red Gaze sounds pretty interesting. We're talking about this stretch goal now with an audio book.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm really excited about. I want to talk to him about that. See if we can get you guys into maybe like since you're a professional voiceover man and he's a professional voiceover man, get you guys into maybe a voiceover off.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. I think he's going to do the audio. Has a great voice.
Cool.
So how about without further ado, bring him in. I have some other stuff I want to do, but we'll bring him on. And there's
the Red Gaze right there. Look at that.
There it is, the Red Gaze.
Howdy.
Look at him. So he was Anton. A couple weeks ago, let me pop this up if you don't mind, Red Gaze.
Oh, sure.
The video.
Yeah, let me see if I got to share screen. It's not his video. It's
now you make me feel bad, Rob. Now I need a powder. Now I'm being very.
Anton, don't feel bad.
I don't have the makeup girl today.
Do you have you don't have a scarf you could use? Let's take a look.
Neckerchief.
So what I was going to say is a couple weeks ago we had a couple campaigns on. One of them was Mortal Worlds.
Oh, yes.
Which there we go. It's in
Michael
demand.
And Carol Andon. That was Michael and Carol.
Yeah, sorry, not in demand. The campaign is still running. It's got 11 days left. They've surpassed their goal, and it looks like they're doing really well. I've seen them on some other shows promoting their book, and they were on that week with Ben.
Ben Fuselier.
Did that pop up? No, I got to do it again. Ben's project, Ben Fuselier's Outlaw Nights. So Outlaw Nights, is that up now? Yes. Oh, no.
Is this one of those episodes of our show where we just talk about past shows? Or
I just wanted to start. There was a reason I wanted to start with these past shows. Sorry, if you guys would humor me. There we go. Outlaw Nights. It's a
that
13,
was a great project.
Yeah, 13 hours left, and it's still about $3,000 short of the goal.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys. If you can back this book, back the project. This has been second, stab at getting this project funded. He had the campaign up once before, and it didn't work out, and we want to make sure that he gets it funded this time. So he's still a great away. Project. Yeah,
That was
I
a
would
great looking project.
just want to ask people to like share the link, pass it out, buy the book. Now is the time to do that.
All the links for all of those projects are up there on the Splendopia page on Facebook, right, Rob?
Yeah. We don't have a page on Facebook, but yes, yeah, that's correct. They are.
That's correct.
So the reason I brought that up is that week we had both those guys on,
Mhm.
and neither of them were on camera. And
all
after the show,
three, Carolyn Omden, Carolyn,
yeah,
too.
they were all like avatared out, and all of them. Afterwards, Anton, you said, you know what? From now on, if we do a show, what'd you tell me?
I said we got to see the people.
Oh.
We want to see them. We want to see these. We want to meet these guys.
But then I thought about it. Here's Red Gaze, and Red Gaze really helped me out with my campaign. He did my campaign closeout for Cyborg USA. I was on a couple of shows with him, and he doesn't let himself be seen. He's one of those guys on YouTube that wants to remain anonymous, and there are a lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fair. I mean, I think that's fair. You know, these are artists.
Mm-hmm.
These, and we can of course get Red Gaze's opinion on this. I think these guys are artists. They have their particular habits, and anything that helps them do their craft better is good with me. So it's a soft rule. It's a soft rule, I think, to be on camera.
So we're gonna send that over to Red Gaze and see. Are you still with us, or is that?
Oh yeah.
You're still with us?
Yeah, no. I can understand it to a point. I can understand both sides of it, you know. But the thing is, there's so much nonsense. There's so much stupidity going on, you know, with people getting other people's information and sharing it online or what have you. It's just not something I want to deal with at this point in time. You know, I'll probably be on camera at some point. I'll probably expose who I am at some point. But for the time being, you know, I think I've built up enough goodwill with this community to, you know, just trust me as the Red Gaze for now, and maybe someday you'll meet the real guy.
I think with a voice,
yeah,
with a voice like that, it's fun to just like imagine what you look like.
You'll probably be disappointed.
Tell us about yourself, Red Gaze, a little bit for the audience.
Well, I've been doing YouTube for a little over a year now. Solid. You know, I played around with it a little bit before that. Honestly, my channel started as a gun review channel, but yeah, I really got heavy into Comicsgate and some Fandom Menace stuff, and I just decided that's the direction I want to go. I'm more interested in that. You know, I enjoy guns, but I enjoy this stuff, you know, creating a whole lot more. And I'm really glad I did, because I met a ton of like awesome people, just really good people, really talented people, people that are just willing to help everybody else succeed, and that's really what I'm all about. So
I think that's right. I think that's it's a great community, and there's a lot of bright spots and good things, and I feel really good about you know, funding and releasing my project, and I know you must feel like over the moon that you hit your goal and you're like done. Talk about like just like the journey of like trying to get this funded.
Oh yeah, man,
coming through it.
It's really is. I know this word gets thrown around a lot. It really is amazing. Just I never expected it to do this well. I was really concerned, actually, because when I came out of the gate with it, I was thinking, you know, it's really a comic community, you know, dominated by people who are into comics. Not so sure how well a novel is going to go over, but you know, I had the thing written anyway, so I figured, you know, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it does. And I got comics in the works, so if it flops, it flops. We'll just move on to comics. But it didn't flop. Ended up doing really well. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. And now this is the first in a series of 6 books. It's hopefully going to be the next great space fantasy saga. That's what I'm looking to do here.
That's cool. I know you're also part of like what they call the Fandom Menace. You're a big Star Wars fan.
Oh yeah,
that kind of informed like your interest in like doing this kind of project.
That 100% is what influenced me to do this kind of project. Before I was really that involved in Comicsgate, yeah, I was. I mean, before I was really that involved in the Fandom Menace, it wasn't even called the Fandom Menace at that point in time. It was just a bunch of people who were angry about The Last Jedi, and you know, you can only hear so many people say things like, you know, if you don't like it, why don't you write something better before you just decide to go ahead and write something better. So that's what I went ahead and did. And yeah, on and off, it was about a 2-year process to get it where it's at, you know, between work and everything else. But
I think that's the exact same thing that happened to your boy Zach. Your boy Zach is like a YouTube guy, Anton, who
Okay.
who sort of started Comicsgate. But his like his first book, you know, he was like challenged by the industry to do it. You know, when I wrote Cyborg USA, it was like it was kind of like directly a response to like Aubrey Sitterson's approach on G.I. Joe. You know, it's like, if they hired this guy to write G.I. Joe, I should write a comic that reflects like the kind of story I want to tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Write what you know and what you like.
What kind of guns? What's your favorite guns, Red Gaze?
My favorite what?
Yeah, we lost you, Robbie. You're lagging.
Oh, sorry, guns.
Gun.
Oh, guns. I'm a Smith & Wesson guy, first and foremost. Really enjoy the shield. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. The military series.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just
Or you're having audio issues today there, please.
I'm afraid that I'm lagging, so I was just kind of trying to figure out if I could get it better. Is our transmission?
Oh no, yeah, I think you're good now.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's always the hardest part, right? You lag, and then by the time the lag goes away, then you're like, well, how's it sound now? Do I sound okay now? Yeah, now you're fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm outside with like an amplifier, so I should be okay, but I can see why I would go out. I also have the air conditioner is on. Can you guys hear the air conditioner next to me? This is great.
No.
Not really, no.
All right.
Boy, it's a rough life you lead outside the Splendopia studios.
Oh yeah, it's Splendopia Studios. There we go.
Yeah, you right by the ocean there. You got the AC going.
Well, the
Must
AC
be
is
nice.
for inside. I'm gonna go for a kayak after the show. So
Well, I wasn't assuming you were acing the outdoors, but
well, there's one thing that we had planned for the show that I promoted. We were gonna have our intern Kate show up. You know? And it's her first day, and she's like late, or she forgot to show up. Can you believe it?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So
That sounds about right.
I mean, she is an intern, right?
well, that's what I think. We'll give her like a
Right.
couple.
Good thing we're not paying her.
It's true. It's true.
Good thing
Maybe
we're not paying
next
her.
week. Maybe next week we'll get her. Maybe she might still come in late. I suppose.
Maybe.
It's like an intern thing
Maybe.
to do.
Red Gaze, you're out of Philadelphia. Is that true?
Close to Philadelphia.
What's Philadelphia? What do you think of
He's in
Pats or
Philadelphia.
Geno's?
Yeah, Philadelphia. That, I tried to correct that several times. It will not show up on the campaign page. It's behind the scenes on the campaign. It's perfectly fine. Everything's spelled correctly. It looks great. It will not update that on the campaign page, and I have no idea why. So there it is, Philadelphia.
That's okay. Why
That's how underground you are. That we don't even know.
That's
You're
right.
from Philadelphia.
The D's upside down.
You know what? Let me reload this real quick because I think I don't think I enabled the audio, and I want to make sure that we play the video. How does that sound to you?
That video.
Right.
I got to see some of this artwork. It looks gorgeous.
All right.
Red Gaze, you don't do the drawing, right? You're not an artist.
Oh no, I'm not talented in that regard.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
I've got some of these are really pretty. Yeah, there's a gorgeous shot. The cover art, I think, is.
Yeah, the cover art is Vinny Tartamella, who I'm sure most of you have heard of. The Fulfillment King, will go with that. I don't know which he has a lot of monikers, but
Yeah, his other nickname is the Boner King because he draws such sexy ladies and men.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think did we look at some of his work once, Rob? One project? Maybe, perhaps.
Yes, we. I think so. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. Oh, our buddy Deltasburg Force is live in the chat room. We like him. He's the guy who gave us the inspiration for our buddy cop drama, I think, Rob, that we're going to put together. We're still working that out. I think I'm
oh, go ahead.
I'm the good cop. You're the bad cop. You're the renegade.
Yeah, I think that's definitely right. You're the play by the books.
Yeah,
That
you're the
makes
loose
sense.
cannon.
Yeah.
You're the loose cannon.
Sounds about right to me.
And you're like, we gotta have a wild card.
So I seriously screwed up this tab, but now I've got it set up. Now we're gonna watch this video.
Okay, hit it.
All right.
After centuries of peace, the Astral Union is faced with a galaxy-wide threat from a foe long forgotten. As the Union spirals into chaos, it falls to Aster Sunsworn and his companions to save what remains of a galaxy on the edge of annihilation. Sunsworn is a full-length novel that will reignite the fire of the space fantasy genre. Over 300 pages of galactic adventure, with a visual companion featuring some of the best artists in Comicscape that will introduce you to the Sunsworn universe. Be a part of the next great space fantasy saga. Back Sunsworn today.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that effect, Red.
Yeah.
Or Gaze. Maybe
whichever you prefer.
What'd you call him, Red?
I call him Red. I like Gaze better. It's clearly we should call him Gaze.
I don't know. You say, hey, Red. Red's
Hey,
a
Red.
name. A lot of people go by Red. Yeah.
What up, Gaze?
Red. Red.
I guess
The
that
guy who
is
put out
weird.
all the fires. John Wayne played him in a movie.
The Fire Jumper movie.
It was like oil fires, like oil rig fires.
Oh, I know that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we bring on our other guest and talk about his project for a bit, and then we'll jump back into Red Gaze. We'll talk more about Sunsworn and do the talk about the audio tape.
Get a panel.
All right. So here we go. Anton, it's your job to introduce.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Up next on the show, we're really excited to have ALAZMAT, who's going to tell us all about Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. Here he is.
Holy shit.
So I came here for Kate, and she's not here, so I feel like
I know.
I'm emotionally manipulated by this. This is traumatizing.
I came here for Kate too. Believe me.
I'm texting right now. I'm trying to do what I can do.
Please, this is hurtful to me. I feel like now I got to when I log off, I got to contact my therapist and say, hey, listen, I got emotionally manipulated by these people to come on a show, and their co-host didn't show up, and I don't know how to cope. This is a disaster.
You know how these interns are, man. She probably went to the wrong studio. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, that means she ain't coming back. Oh man, this is hurtful for me.
Yeah, maybe if they like her and give her a good job.
Maybe.
Well, it's from ALAZMAT, I guess, right?
I think we're gonna get her though. I don't know if we're gonna get her on today, but I think we're gonna get her.
Yes. Well,
Get her. It's gonna go good. So what up with you, man? I didn't know you had such large He-Man and She-Ra dolls.
Oh, well,
I could tell.
These aren't dolls; these are action figures. I'm a man, okay? Girl play with dolls. I play with action figures.
I think if they're over 10 inches, they're a doll. That's what I think.
No, they're 7 inches. So
Really?
yes. Don't you know that 7 to 10 is the magic number for a man?
7 to 10. That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, we all know.
Okay. So, well,
Any bigger, it's too unwielding. Yeah.
any bigger would be Well, last time not there, but any bigger would be considered hentai. Anyway, so I appreciate you bringing me on. Thanks, gentlemen. Hail to the chat. Stupendous to hail. Deltasburg, what's going on? Joseph King, what's up, buddy? Great live elite channel. So I'm glad for being on.
Oh, Joe King's blowing up the comments too.
Yes.
That guy's always got it. I hear you, Delta 4. We know Rob's got an agenda. I'm watching out.
I'm gonna share this. Joe King's book real quick while you guys are all here, because he just went live, I guess, 2 days ago.
Hail Slaughter Squad.
Yeah, and he's almost there to his fixed goal. Looks like, right? About 305 bucks short.
He'll hit that. Yeah, he'll hit that.
Yeah, he'll definitely hit
We
the
talked
fixed
to him
goal.
a few weeks back. That's a great looking comic.
But you want to see a lot of guys back this. This looks like a lot of fun. So thank you for coming out to the chat, man. Good luck on this project.
Delta Spurk 4 says ALAZMAT's one of my favorite dogs. Hey Delta, since you like doxing people's stuff, find out where I got these figures. I want you to dox this. Go for it.
All right, man. You know what I called up ALAZMAT? I got your the old campaign that you had up, and then your new preview page. Do you want to look at the new preview page, probably, or what?
Yeah. Let's go to that. And then if you have questions about, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I like the looks of this guy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself for the audience, and then tell us about the book.
Okay, so I'm a filmmaker. I've been making films for about 20 years. So I have an IMDb page. So as far as being anonymous, that ship sailed away from me a long time ago. So I'm going in this completely raw. But yeah, you can find my information. Alberto Martinez. I've introduced myself as such. So I am what I am. So I've been doing films for almost 20 years. I write, produce, direct, edit. So I have those credits in my name. Going into this is my first graphic novel, which I started drawing back in 2018. June 2018 is when I started drawing. Is it late May or early June 2018 is when I started drawing Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. I joined Comicscape 2 months later, and this comic has been associated with CG ever since. But it's a story of a street champion, of a beast citizen called Road Warrior Drake, who fights these street gangs who are pushing a drug called Romarum that turned its addicts into these mindless, violent zombies. And these gangs are all under the umbrella of a character called the Crimson, who, if you want to relate to modern day events, you could call him the George Soros of the comic. And there's actually a group in this comic called Opona, which is a parody of Antifa. Now, the comic is not political, but it parodies certain political stuff in our day, and I think it's becoming more relevant considering this book, just like Peregrine, takes place after a disastrous and catastrophic event in our world. So we're looking at a war-torn society, and people are looking towards hope. And Road Warrior Drake comes in. At first, he comes in with fist blazing, pounding the bad guys, beating them to a pulp. The problem with Drake, though, is his idea is just beating the bad guys to a pulp for personal gain. He has to go through a little journey where he has to understand at some point he has to become a protector of the very people who have shunned him. So it's a journey of switching priorities. Is it being the violent, blood-bursting warrior, or do you adapt that to become a protector of the weak?
Like a little Punisher-ish? No.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the Punisher has no rules. Like he fights the bad guys, but he kills them. He's like a vigilante. His thing is vengeance. Drake in the beginning is vengeance minded, but then he keeps the vengeance part of it, but then he adapts it to more of a, okay, I gotta protect the weak as well. So like if somebody's in a burning fire, I gotta protect that person because I'm not just about.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I lost him just for a second.
We lost.
Okay, am I back live?
Yep.
You're back live.
Okay, yes. What is
Live television.
What was the
everybody.
last thing I said? Yes.
I think
There
it
we
was
go.
Hail Comic Skate.
Okay, so I got to start all over. Gotcha.
No. It was just like the last two words.
Okay, basically, yeah. So, he goes from being a vengeance minded to being vengeance / justice and protector of the weak. So he'll save a person from a burning building now, as opposed to just fighting the bad guys.
Awesome.
Because now the town of Skullkill, which is his hometown, Skullkill is his to protect now. It's his to take over because Skullkill can fall into the hands of the wrong people, being led and ruled by the wrong people. But no, Skullkill is his home too, and he will fight and protect for it.
Do you? There's a video on this. Do you think we should watch this video?
You can, yeah. There's nothing copyrighted on it. It won't be the actual video that I used for the campaign, but this is a good video to show because it highlights the haters, what the haters are saying versus what those that love it are saying. So I think it's
okay. And it's wait, before I get to that, but it kind of reminds me of Mad Max a little bit. I don't know. What do you think?
yeah, Mad Max, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. Anton, what do you think of this? What do you think of this duck character?
Whoa. Time out. Hold on.
Duck?
Stop.
Yeah. The Road Warrior duck.
Stop. Time out. Listen, gentlemen, before I get you guys struck for harassment and bullying, hold on one second. Understand we're not into identity politics, okay? I thought CG was above that. Am I right or wrong? I thought we were above identity politics. Okay, so please refer to him by the proper term, beast citizen. Can we do that? He's a beast
citizen. That's what he goes by.
Yes.
You're saying the duck is a beast citizen.
No. I'm saying that the beast citizen is a beast citizen.
We're not calling him what
I'm going to contact YouTube and issue a violation strike on harassment and bullying. We don't want to go.
He is a duck though, right? Or is he a platypus?
You know what? Now you raised an interesting question. This is why I'm against identity politics. He could very well be a platypus. You don't know that. He might identify as a platypus.
I see. I need to use more vague language. So
that's it. There you go.
I don't know if he's a duck or a platypus. I don't want to offend him.
It doesn't matter if he's a duck or a platypus. He's a beast citizen.
That's the point.
There you go. That's all that.
Point.
There you go.
Okay.
There's no volume.
Yeah, what are you doing here, Rob?
No volume?
No
just
volume.
Raise it up. It just needs to be raised up. I think it's low.
Rob is this is why we need an intern. This is
So we're not gonna have volume, really?
No, I'm gonna stop it. Sorry.
I mean, this is the intro. You can skip that part, but
street champion. And so
Yes.
this is just tell me how Indiegogo, this is like the launching page for the project, but the campaign hasn't been officially launched yet.
It's gonna launch this month, but now that you mentioned that, and I want to put this out there. So for those that sign up for the mailing list, you will get a free coloring activity book with the graphic novel when you back the book. And this coloring activity book contains not only like crossword puzzles, word searches, all that stuff. It's a separate story that's going to be referenced later on in future stories, and it's also going to be referenced with other stories in which Drake has crossovers with other characters in the world. So if you ever asked
Lost you at ALAZMAT, but you were just
am
saying.
I live now?
Yeah,
Now you're back. You were just saying crossover.
Am I live?
You were just saying crossover with Drake's and other other characters.
Right. So if the question is ever asked, is it canon? The answer is yes, and it'll be referenced in this coloring book, which will only be available in this campaign. So this is a collector's item.
And you get the coloring book by signing up on the mailing list right now.
And back in the book, back in the graphic novel.
And then back in the book, yes.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna play it this time. Here we go.
Road Warrior.
ALAZMAT.
ALAZMAT Films. I love this guy. Hi, ALAZMAT Films.
Do you want to give a shout out to ALAZMAT Films?
ALAZMAT Films.
Yes. ALAZMAT Films. Do not forget to subscribe to his awesome channel, you guys. He has so much amazing stuff, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.
ALAZMAT Films is now on Patreon. Consider becoming a Patreon and enjoy some of the exclusive features I'll have on my Patreon.
I like this free plug for
including
Patreon.
behind-the-scenes featurettes, as well as my feature films, as well as the Patreon exclusive series Street Champion called Cinema, featuring Road Warrior Drake reviewing some of your favorite trashy films. ALAZMAT Film and Comics now on Patreon.
So we were getting into an argument about critiquing art, and then I made this comment to Pocket Pussy,
Okay.
and then who butts in? Everyone's favorite mutt.
Anton, the guy Pocket Pussy is the guy who. Do you remember how we talked last week? There was a guy that got pegged.
Oh yeah. With the porn.
Yeah, that was his nickname before they found out he got pegged. So
Right.
it was like,
Okay.
So
like a
Sean Brewster,
predictive nickname.
yeah. So Sean Brewster, aka Rumble Terrier, came in and said the art was shit, and I said to him, "Okay, well, I'm going to monetize your critique."
Yeah, well,
Cosplaying.
yeah, that's why I think that ALAZMAT has done a better job than some of the other up-and-comers, despite the fact that his art's not quite in the same league. It's because, like, when you sort of drop his name, you know that, okay, that's the Road Warrior Drake guy. You know Road Warrior Drake. You know the character. Whereas you've got some other people that are, like, doing team books and stuff, and they're trying to do, like, more than what they should, and it's like, no, you just need to really master the concept and the pitch and the character, and he's done all of that astoundingly well.
I think that's true, Liam.
We got, of course, ALAZMAT is here with us. Make sure you're on the Road Warrior Drake mailing list. I did put the link of that in the description, so make sure you get
get on the mailing list.
And
roadwarriordrake.com.
what's the incentive there?
So if you sign up for the mailing list, and this goes back to the discussion we had about world building, if you sign up for the mailing list and back the book, you will get a free coloring book. The coloring book it's an activity book as well, and is a separate story that features elements referenced in a second graphic novel that I'm going to be writing soon. So if you get the coloring book, it's actually like a second story, so you get more of the world that Road Warrior Drake inhabits.
Wow, that's really awesome. Wow.
And it's kid friendly too. There's a lot of activities. Like I got puzzles, I got crosswords, mazes. So if you want something for your kids, this book is going to be great for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to tell you, ALAZMAT is having me help him. Just go over like what he's finally putting together. Trying to get everything solidly set. And I'm reading through it, and I'm telling you, this is a book that you could easily let your children buy for your children and let them enjoy. It's a great story. It's a great fun character. All hail the not duck.
Hail.
It's silly. All right, Road Warrior Drake. What's the name of your YouTube channel for people?
So you can find me under ALAZMAT Films, ALAZ as in zebra, MAT, ALAZMAT Films. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm also on BitChute as well. So look me up on there too. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Just because I'm a civil rights activist,
You look like the
and
kind of guy who bites.
wholeheartedly believe in what I believe in, and combating this hateful racism that's permeating Comicscape doesn't mean I can't be your friend.
Excellent. All right, we'll see you later, Road Warrior.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate it, gentlemen.
Great. Looks like a great project. Is this your first graphic novel? ALAZMAT?
This is, yes.
This is a wild video to have on your preview page. ALAZMAT.
Well, I'm figuring a way to kind of like monetize the haters. Like, if people are gonna say shit, so you know what? I'm gonna do what Umbrella Guy suggests and what other people suggest, which is if they're gonna come say shit to you, monetize it, use it to your advantage. That's what the producers of the Joker did. When the filmmakers were, when the critics were talking shit about that film, they actually used those criticisms for the film, which helped people come out and see it because they're like, you know what? If the critics hate it, this must be a good film. So it's like reverse psychology right there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that can work in a way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. Then let's get Red Gaze back in here and talk to him a little bit. I just want to kind of
bad publicity is no publicity, right?
juggle you guys a little bit. I want to go down your campaign page real quick, Red Gaze, and then do you have copy prepared to give us a preview of like what your audiobook is going to sound like?
I do. I also have a video I made with chapter 1 audio, if you'd prefer that.
Oh, did you post that over here? You posted that over here, didn't you? Okay, let me.
And I also think, gentlemen, I think I've came up with a way to solve 2 of your problems today. Since your intern is missing, and since you want to see something on camera here, I'm going to go ahead and give you something. Just give me one moment here.
Uh-oh.
Curious.
All right, live television. There's nothing like it.
Yes, correct.
Red Gaze and I always go back and forth in the chat where he.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. I think that'll solve it for everybody.
I knew it was something like that. Well,
is that the Nicki Minaj gif?
No, that's the red glistening buttock gif.
It's a poor excuse for Kate. I mean, Kate. The one thing that's great about Kate is she's very funny. That's why I want to get her on, Anton. So don't give her
shitty punctuality.
You know what I want you to do? I want you to call her professor.
Okay. Okay.
You even know what I'm doing here. All right.
That's much less demeaning than intern.
Well, yeah. No. Call her professor and tell her that she's not showing up on the first day of the internship.
Oh, gotcha.
She owes me an appearance.
We have to dock her some grade. She has to do some extra credit. All right. So let me roll down here. I was going to roll down here first and then pull up that YouTube.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about the perks real quick? We got the full Sun Sworn experience.
Yeah, man, no problem. That is it's a novel. It's a full length novel. People keep asking me how many pages. It's going to be in the neighborhood of 300 pages. I can't give you an exact number because I'm still in the 3rd draft phase. So I'm chopping a lot of stuff from it, rewriting some other stuff. But yeah, I can guarantee 300. The visual companion will come with that perk as well.
It's Anton, you're missing your
which contains a lot of awesome art from a lot of awesome people. Vinny is going to be in there. Carla Tornielli did the cover, and she's going to have a lot of art in there as well. She's going to be doing the drawn interiors also.
I love Carla. She always smooches me a kiss when I'm in her chat.
And I will be discussing this with your professor later. Goodbye.
Oh, thank you, Anton. Thank you for that. Sorry you had to hear that, chat.
Got it.
Yeah, Carla's awesome, man. But we got some narwhal in here as well. Also Lakima Mir, who
love a narwhal.
Yeah, narwhal's awesome, man. He was actually the first bit of Sunsworn art ever was created by Narwhal. And I'm really, really happy about that. I love his style. And that's something else I try to do with the visual companion is just mix it up in certain, different styles. Every artist asks me what I'm looking for that. And I tell them, just do your thing. Because I think this type of project, this type of environment lends itself to all kinds of different art styles. And I just want to see what people can do, with what I'm offering.
Can I ask you about your process a little bit here? Because I'm
Sure.
looking at the visual companion. I think about Lord of the Rings, Star Trek not so much. It was like after the fact, but the idea of a galaxy map, concept of characters, planets, starships, and more. But like, do you, because the map, like the physical space, I like establishing it is like so integral to like the Lord of the Rings.
Right.
When I write, I don't always like think that way, or I don't always like focus on like, geographical, elements. But I have my oldest son, like when he's really creative, and he's constantly like generating like, like maps of like fake worlds or fake communities or realities, and like kind of creating stories about the people that live there. So how important is that to you, that like the map, or like, does that, is that something that like is it important to you that this place like exists physically in your imagination?
It is pretty important to me. The galaxy map for this is going to be different from like a fantasy world map in that it's going to be a galaxy, so you're not going to have the major city up here and roads and rivers and whatnot. It's going to be more akin to like a Star Wars galaxy map, mainly listing like the different solar systems that will be involved and different planets, things of that nature. Star bases. But maps I really enjoy maps, especially in fantasy novels. Having that little map at the beginning for a reference is always helpful to me. A lot of times, sometimes I'll get lost in a story and just reference the map to see kind of where we're at and where we came from, and I find that really helpful.
Well, I think they do it because it is really helpful. It's one of those things that I think it's like I think of it as like a way people's brain works, because I'm like that part of like fiction storytelling. I'm like, I don't do that. I don't like really reference the map, or I don't really, you know what I mean? But what's interesting to me is my son like very much does. And that's what makes me think it's like, oh, it's like a different kind of brain that like, interprets things differently.
Well, and especially sometimes, it really helps you keep track of the story. If the story is like something like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, where it's a specific journey, and you're like, now they're crossing the Misty Mountains, and you have to flip back to the front to see where the Misty Mountains is.
Yeah. And I come from a gaming background as well, like tabletop RPGs. I've been making maps my whole life. So it's just kind of, it comes naturally,
Well, again, like that's why I asked, because my son, he's been making maps like since he was like 5, Tell me about these like higher tiers. For the Union?
Certainly. That is our military tier.
Okay.
On this tier, I know a lot of military tiers, you just have books shipped to the military. I didn't want to do that specifically because I want to make sure the customer is getting something as well. So for this tier, you'll get a copy of the novel and the visual companion and all the perks that go with it shipped to you. And then 4 copies of the novel will be donated to the military.
Okay, cool.
That's great.
And that's For the Future.
Actually, I've never seen that before in any of the projects
for libraries. They're in some of the projects, maybe not ones we've looked at, but some people do them.
Yeah. This is very similar to the military tier, but these books will be donated to local libraries instead.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. That's very cool.
And unlike some, I'll make sure that the backers donating get the credit because they're making the purchase.
And then the retail pack is like, for like a retailer to buy 10.
Yeah, if you just want to, if you want to sell them, or if you want to, if you got a lot of people that you want to give these out to for Christmas, that'd be a good tier for that too.
Awesome. So you sold out some of the character inserts and all the pictures from Vinny.
Yep. Yeah. These are.
Oh, that's cool.
This is a lot of the type of content you'll be seeing in the visual companion. Those are head sketches that were sold by Vinny. He might do another one before the campaign's said and done. I'm not sure about that yet, so just keep an eye out for that.
Vinny is I love his style. It's totally terrific, and he works like really fast too.
Yeah, Vinny's great.
What's going on with that guy's beard there?
That guy, his name is Draken Weiss. He's the primary antagonist of this particular story. He belongs to a group of crystal mystics. In this world, I kind of went with the premise that, I don't know if you've ever heard the theory that everything that exists today was created like from crystallization. But that's the theory I'm going with for the purposes of this story. And I use that premise to kind of explain the mystical powers in the galaxy, in the universe, really. And the more powerful these mystics become, the more they become like one with the crystal that they serve, or that they draw their power from. And that's what's going on with him. He's a very old man, somebody who's much older than he should be. But he's very much in tune with the amethyst, the Empyrean amethyst in this universe, and that's why he's kind of more or less becoming one with the crystal the older he gets.
I would assume that would make him very powerful.
Correct. Yes, he is the threat.
Yeah.
Okay, Gaze, I've got this chapter 1 reading up. Do you want to play that now? I think we could do that.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if you want to play the whole thing because it's pretty lengthy, but
Oh, is it? Okay. Let's take a look. How you doing, ALAZMAT?
I mean, I just don't come camera off for now because it's helping with the internet connection, so I don't get kicked off every so often.
Oh, okay.
But,
Cool.
But I'm still here, so.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in. We'll get you back in to talk in a minute after we play this.
sorry, I don't know if that's distracting. I'll just take that down.
I like it. Oh shit! I don't know if I played the audio, man. All right, tell me if the audio plays on this. So bad at this. You know how to do all this stuff, right, Red Gaze? You know there's that little box.
Oh yeah. It's easy to forget that box.
Yeah, it makes me crazy. All right.
All right.
All right. There we go. That's playing, right?
It's playing. The video is playing, but
no audio.
No audio.
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
This is this is still a sales pitch at the beginning of the video, so you can skip that if you want to.
Oh, where should I jump in on? How far in?
Here, I'll give you some playing the video music.
Oh yeah, good. Thank you.
Just a little video playing music. Getting the video going. Here we go. Big video.
All right. Your timestamp is 40.
ALAZMAT's back. ALAZMAT's in.
Give me that
video.
47 seconds.
47. Okay.
Here we go. No more than 10 inches though, ALAZMAT. There it is.
And I do thank you.
And it's happening.
Sunsworn, Edge of Annihilation. Chapter 1, Whims of Fate. Tension had been brewing for months in the Kautar solar system. The Astral Union was growing concerned by the boldness of the Gorlani Syndicate. The pirate outfit was growing too large to ignore. Their expanding sphere of influence was now a minor threat to the Union itself. Planet Kautar was the leading exporter of coal gel, a fluid used to stabilize the ignition gas in Flay's weapons. Hoping to end the hostilities, the Union dispatched an emissary to defuse the situation. Kalen Sill instructed his pilot to land the ship inside the hangar of the Terrible. The massive Warhawk battleship served as King Krug's base of operations. He rubbed the sweat from his palms and took in the view from the cockpit. It was vast. Many starships of various types littered the bay, with no attempt at organization. Pirates of differing shapes, sizes, colors, and smells milled about. Some worked on vessels, some socialized, but all stopped to regard the Union transport. One group moved to surround the vessel, brandishing weapons. The ambassador stepped toward the rear of the ship where his soldier escort awaited. He stopped again to take a breath. Krug's savage reputation preceded him. Kalen was not looking forward to this exchange. The stink of engine lubricant, cheap alcohol, and body odor that permeated the unopened hatch only added to his anxiety. The Union official was out of his element. He was nervous, and the perspiration gathering on his face made it obvious.
Steel yourself,
came a cool mechanized voice over Kalen's shoulder.
These animals sustain themselves on the fear of others. They can sense your weakness and will use it to pick you apart. Find your center, friend.
The emissary turned to regard Aster Sunsworn, and the sight gave him comfort. This was an Astral Templar, an elite warrior sworn to uphold the laws and principles of the Union. He stood 6 inches over 6 feet, durable scale mesh armor covering him from head to toe. The material was nanotech, known as Sinskin. Due to an implant received upon induction, Templars could surround themselves in a skin-hugging shell. The tech could also create weapons or shields with only a thought. Each suit takes on a unique appearance according to the host's nature. Aster's was a traditional bronze. His helmet sported decorative ram's horns with a dark T-shaped visor at the center. Smooth pauldrons covered his shoulders. Layered vambrances and greaves provided extra protection for his forearms and shins. Kalen glanced at the warrior's belt, relieved to see that Aster had brought his signature soul blade. The weapon was a one-of-a-kind piece of technology, said to be powered by a miniaturized star contained within the hilt. When ignited, an intense shaft of solar energy blazed into being, creating a searing sword. The soul blade was a Sunsworn family heirloom, passed down for generations. Aster inherited it when his older brother Anix fell in battle 6 years prior. Even among his peers, Aster was highly regarded. His name and deeds were spoken of with reverence throughout the galaxy. He was still young by human standards, but he had already accomplished more than most do in a lifetime.
I'm going to cut it down there, man.
It's great.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first go at this. So just, keep in mind with that 15K stretch goal, I am an amateur, but I'll be doing my best. And I intend to sink some more money into audio equipment and, things of that nature to make this as good as it can be if we hit that stretch goal.
Well, I think
You're
your voice,
close.
your voice is great. And I think it's like, definitely like fun to think about, like listening to that in the car or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got that very imposing voice. Very few people have that ability.
You should, but you probably should tap ALAZMAT in to just like do one chapter for you, just like, chapter.
If I do, it'll be half the length.
Yeah, just have him like blast through one for
At least the character.
I can even do like a voice of one, I could channel one of my characters.
If you happen to have a duck in the book, I don't know, Red Case.
What does that have to do with anything?
What is it?
What does that have to do with anything? I don't get that.
Well, ALAZMAT, you could be that voice. You're born to play the voice of the duck or a platypus character.
I can play any voice. I don't believe in identity politics.
ALAZMAT,
we already covered this.
Your channel's underwatched. Everybody check it out.
Check out my channel for justice for everybody.
Well, so where are we at on this campaign?
ALAZMATfilms.com. That's where you got to go.
Oh, I know. But back to Red Gaze. You're only short like $2,000, right? Or something like that.
A touch over, yeah. Closer to 3, but we're getting there. I'm pretty confident we will get there. Things have been going very well.
Yeah, I think so. I think you will. I think that's dope.
We've got quite a bit. I mean, even if we hit that after fulfillment, I'll still do it as long as everybody understands, that it comes when it comes at that point,
Well, what do you mean? Are you gonna email it to people, or are you gonna include it in the mail, or what?
I was gonna email. That just seems like the easiest route to go, or Dropbox, whatever I need to do.
Sure. I mean, if you do that, you can fulfill it, at any point down the line.
Because I plan on leaving this in demand for a while, because I also plan to overprint quite a bit.
Cool. And this is like your first novel, or no?
Yes. Yeah. The first published novel. Yeah. I've worked on several before. This is the first one I've ever seen through to completion. And yeah, man, the editing phase is not fun, but it is fun to see it come together. So
yeah, I mean, I think I've written a lot, and every time you like finish a project, especially like one that's like a new challenge, is like you feel amazing when you get done with it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And ALAZMAT, where are you at on Road Warrior Drake? Tell us about when is that going live?
Okay, so I decided. Right? No, I decided I'm gonna go live late in June. So I would say if I got to pull a date, because I do want to get this thing up and rolling, I would say the week of the 24th is when I'm looking at going live. I'll make the announcement in a couple of days, but that's when I'm going to go live. As of right now, I'm still in the editing process. I'm actually on the 3rd act right now, just going through pages that work, that don't work, that kind of bringing panels together, updating the artwork. Like even right now, like I drew up a sample page right here. Hold on, let me just show you this. So in one of the pages I did, there's a warehouse that I drew that I didn't like, so I redrew it right now, and then I drew it in pencil. I'm gonna add the details, and then I'm going to ink it. I do traditional inking, and then I'm going to upload, digitize it, touch up the ink right there, and then add some shading, and then put it in one of the pages. So, I'm going through the 3rd act and trying to really like update the artwork, make it look really good, make it sellable. But the plan is when I go live this month, the plan is either to have the book completed, or at most have it ready to be shipped out to the printers. Because in July, I want to have some physical copies done because I want to fulfill that first campaign back in September. So I want to have that campaign fulfilled during the middle of this current campaign and have some physical copies to show people, including a hardcover. I'm really leaning towards having a hardcover as one of the tiers because I'm in love with the idea. It might be pricier, but for myself, I definitely want to have a copy for myself in hardcover.
Okay. That sounds great, man.
And
Well, we're all
so ALAZMAT, you do all your own drawing and coloring too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I mean, it's black and white, but right now
Okay.
there is going to be a color version available down the road, but it's going to be based on the demo version of the book, which Rosetta Allen is coloring. But for now, yeah, it's black and white, which is my preference, and it harkens back to the early Laird Eastman and Laird Ninja Turtles and the 80s like grime punk style comics.
Yeah, I love those. I have a ton of those. Those like really kept me in comics through the 90s.
Yeah.
Or late 80s, 90s. All right, well, we're up on the hour pretty much, guys. So thanks for coming. I think I want to do, usually Anton has like one last question, and then we'll do like final pitches. And then I want to give a shout out to a couple more of those campaigns that we mentioned earlier to remind people to back them. So Anton, why don't you take it away with a final round of questions?
I just always like to ask a couple of quick questions to get some process. We always talk about, everybody talks about what their inspiration is, right? This is my classic question. I like to talk about who's your least favorite comic book character out there. When you're making your projects, who's somebody you're thinking about that I want to make this project unlike X character?
Ooh.
Anything that really grinds your gears.
Either one of you guys can grab it. And I know, Gaze, it's, you got a book. You might want to think about a character from a movie or a novel. You know?
Oh, I can easily. My least favorite Star Wars character is Vice Admiral Holdo.
Oh,
same,
without a doubt, because that should have been Admiral Akbar. Everybody knows that. Everyone acknowledges that. She was just in there to have the purple hair and be a raging C-word. So.
God, it should have been Admiral Akbar. Admiral Akbar. Everybody would be crying if it was Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Jar Jar. A lot of people hate Rose Tico, but she really stole glory from someone who deserved it, and that's why I despise her.
I think that's fair. I think Nine Numb got a bad ending too. I thought. Anyway, sorry.
Quite a few.
I don't hate Jar Jar. I never hated Jar Jar.
Well, he does resemble a duck, so I can see why.
What does that do with anything? I don't get it. Like, what is this? What is all this about? I'm curious to know what this is going to.
I hated Jar Jar when I saw Phantom Menace opening night in 1999. I hated Jar Jar. I'm not afraid to admit it.
You're a brave man.
All right, ALAZMAT. Pitch your book one last time in a way that will make people want to buy it.
My book is 100% unapologetically toxic male. You want kick-ass, you want pound busting, you want blood squirting, you want good versus evil. Road Warrior Drake, Street Champion. Road Warrior Drake is for you. It is going to be over 100 pages of pure action, black and white, fun and excitement, and unapologetically toxic male. Patriarchy to the rescue. You know you want this book. You know you want to back it. You know you want that coloring book, so get on the mailing list because you get 2 books for the price of 1. And there's going to be a lot of goodies, including a manga version, a Spanish version, and yes, I'm going to also include a hardcover version if you want that as well. So get on it.
That is hot. How about you, Red Gaze? Can you compete with that?
I can try. A pirate incursion leads to galaxy-shattering events that turn the Astral Union on its head. Can Aster Sunsworn and his companions save the galaxy from annihilation? You're going to have to buy Sunsworn to find out and see where it leads after that, because this is the first in a 6-part series. 2 trilogies, technically.
What's your timetable for that, do you think?
Well, I think I'm going to give myself probably between a year, maybe a year and a half for each novel. In between novel campaigns, I am going to do Sunsworn-based comic books as well, just to fill some time, keep people interested, keep it rolling.
Okay, well, here's here's once again the campaign page for Sunsworn. As we're going down the stretch goals,
that actually looks a little bit like Kate.
Oh, it does. Yeah, that does.
It does, right?
Like, yeah. That's what Kate looks like when she's, pulling her stuff together next week. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Tiara and all.
Tiara and all. In fact, we asked her to wear a tiara today, so it is the case.
Nice.
So what do you got? You're just ahead of this Astral Union access card.
Yep. That's just like a novelty, plastic novelty card. But basically to simulate, like a key card to open, futuristic doors. I just thought it'd be something fun to throw in there.
That's fine.
These stretch goals will be changing shortly. Once I start getting things ready for production, I'm going to be changing things up. At that point, we're going to have to nix, the extra pages for the visual companion and that kind of thing. and adding anything else to the book, like the sneak peek.
I
But
see.
yeah, that'll be maybe looking at a month. I'm really looking at cracking down and getting both these things ready to go to print by July. So
you're saying some of these stretch goals, like the audio version, maybe the map at 18,000, are still possible, but
oh yeah,
some things are being rearranged.
Yep, they'll stick around. Absolutely. But any additions to the book or any extra writing that needs to be produced, they're going to go away probably in about a month's time.
Okay, very good. And then ALAZMAT, with your project, we got to just remember to sign the mailing list. So everybody go check it out. You got probably about 25 days or so.
Yes, and that color panel is a preview of what the cover is going to look like, minus some details I have to add on it. So, yes, get on this. You want to get on it. This is the definition of a punk comic book. You got your mainstream style looking books. This is the book that doesn't belong, but you know what? It belongs. So get on it.
I mean, that's what I love about Comicsgate. I think it's totally punk. And you guys are in particular like badasses because you are YouTube warriors. I think you guys are like both very aggressive about like putting out a lot of YouTube content, and I appreciated you guys helping me with my book, and I hope you guys like have the best success with your book imaginable.
Rob, by the way, please put your book in a shitty packaging because I haven't opened it yet because I'm scared to open it. That's just that is such so beautifully sleeved that I'm like, you know what? If I open it, I'm afraid the oxygen is going to destroy the book. It's like I really am. One day I'll read it, and I know it's going to be good. It's just that I don't want to ruin that sticker on that.
Yeah, that book is not that fragile. I've told some people I'll just like, send them extra stickers if they want.
Yeah.
But
by the way, Delta Spur Force, if you really want to go hard at work, see that painting right there? Get on it.
All right.
What is that? What bridge is that?
That is the Williamsburg Bridge.
The Williamsburg Bridge.
Yes.
So I'm just going to pop up once again. I want people to really take a look at two more projects. That's Outlaw Nights. Once again, he's about 3,000 short of his goal for 13 hours left. So
Hail Ben.
Yeah, please try to share it around. Ben Fuselier. Ben
Fuselier.
Fuselier is a nice guy.
He was a great guy. Yeah, great guest.
Yeah, and especially since this is a second shot at it, we'd really like to see him get success at that one. And then the other one, of course, the guy that popped into the chat earlier is the Slaughter Squad.
Joe King, the twisted take on the Texas livestock scene.
That's right. You remember Anton.
That's right.
So he is, he's in a little better spot. I think he's going to hit that fixed goal pretty soon. 31 backers with 30 days left, but definitely check that out because that campaign is now live and it was not when he was on our show.
Fun project.
All right, man. That's it. I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being on the show. That's a pretty good hour as far as I'm concerned.
Cool. All right, Rob. Well, this is my time.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you, Anton.
My pleasure.
It was great. We want to give a big thank to both of you. ALAZMAT, thank you so much for coming on the show. Red Gaze, it's been great. Check out all of their projects, everybody, on Indiegogo. You can see the links on the Splendopia Facebook page, of course. Back their projects. Back go Joe King's projects. And Ben Fuselier, of course, as well. On behalf of Rob Cacy, I'm Anton Belvedere. We've always got to ask you, who has more fun than we do? Nobody. We'll see you next time on the Splendopia Hour, live.